Greetings guys, gals and non-binary pals. Today it is the 1st of June, which means day 1 of virtual Pride. Yay! Now I've had a lot of people ask me questions about virtual Pride and how I'm involved and how it's all working. So I thought I would sit down and I would talk to you about what virtual Pride is, how it's working and my contribution to it, while I do a nice Pride look. So yeah. So as you all know, Pride had to be cancelled because coronavirus. So instead, it is being hosted online, virtual Pride. It's organized by FX, Kiara FX on TikTok. I will leave her Instagram in the description. They also have an official Twitter, an official Instagram, and a website, and I will link all of those in the description for more information and updates and things on what is happening. There are over 600 creators involved, which is absolutely insane. There's a few bigger creators as well, like Eugene from the Try Guys, Thomas Sanders, and I think Jesse Page is involved as well, which is really cool. Always looks so funny when I start doing it. So since there are over 600 creators, obviously like we can't all do one thing together every single day. So basically there's a whole calendar. It's also available on their Instagram if you want to give it a proper look. But basically there's like a mix of different themed events. So there's politics and activism, education, health and well-being, history, and culture. And there's also a few big main events, which are the prom and the parade. Of course, can't have Pride without a parade. I'm not entirely sure on how those big events are working. They will be updating that on Instagram and on their website and things, so please do keep an eye out on that. There's also a Discord server that's going to be opening up, which is really cool. The creators are already a part of it and we're already in there, and there's so many channels and there's so many cool things. Like there's lots of places to discuss different things and do little lessons and that sort of thing, and it's going to be really cool. So since there are so many creators involved, it's basically just creators doing their own thing on their own platforms. But there's like a calendar to follow, so you can participate in whatever events you want, whatever days you want, and post content for those days, and then share them to the virtual Pride tag, and you can submit them to be put on the main pages and things to be shared with everyone. But effectively, you can find all the content through the virtual Pride tag. And I thought I would share with you what my plans are and the sort of content I'm making and my sort of calendar, because I've written up an entire calendar for the month because I really want to get involved as much as possible and do as much as I can for all these events, because I think it is such a cool thing. And I just really want to be involved in it, and I really want to do as much as I can for Pride and to celebrate this. A lot of the days revolve around politics and activism and mental health, and those are the things that all my content is about, educating and validating. My goal is to be able to upload 3 YouTube videos a week, which I know is a lot, but there are some events on Pride that I really want to talk about more than I'm able to do on a TikTok video, and I really like producing content for you, and I'd like to be able to move more over here than on TikTok, because TikTok is absolutely exhausting. Oh my god, the amount of just ignorant dumbasses on that app. And I really like making content over here, so I really hope I'm able to do this more. I'm also going to be doing some live streams and things. So on Thursday, it's Music and Queer Musicians Day. So I was gonna do a little live concert on here for you. So if you want to subscribe and hit the bell, I'll be here 1 p.m. UK time on Thursday, performing all my songs for you live, like a little concert for us all. And I just think that that would be really cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to do that. So next Friday, the 12th, is Visual Arts Day. So I thought it'd be really cool as if you send me your art. So you can tweet it to me, that Queer Kiwi, or tag me in it on Instagram, the Queer Kiwi. Both will be linked in the bio. I will compile them together and I will film a video of me reviewing your art. Which is just gonna be me sort of looking at your art and talking about it and praising you for how talented you are, because you are all so incredibly talented. You can draw whatever you want, do whatever art you like, and I'd love to be able to do that, and I would give you full credit to whatever socials you want me to. And I just think that that would be a really cool, fun thing to do. I think artists, you all deserve a bit more appreciation, and so if you're interested in that, please tag me in your art, send it my way. Some of the other days that I want to be participating in and uploading videos on are things like the mental health days. So there is a whole day for mental health. So I was going to do a video talking about mental health stuff. On Tuesday the 16th, there's a body positivity day, and on that day I was planning on making an eating disorder video over here on YouTube and just sort of talking about the different eating disorders and how they're a bit misunderstood and sort of the recovery process and what works for me. I might end up having to make it more than one video because there's so much I can say about eating disorders because they are so misunderstood and there is so much misinformation and invalidation around that. So I might have to do more than one video, but the first one will be out on Tuesday the 16th. Body Positivity Day. Another thing I will be doing is there is a sex ed day on the 24th, which is a Wednesday. And I thought that that was really cool because I think that that is such a big and important topic. There is such a lack of LGBT sex education. And I'd really like to be a part of that. So at some point on Instagram, I'll be asking in my story for you to ask me your sex questions. So do keep an eye out on that because I just want to sit down and answer any sex questions that you have and give you sort of the most information as possible. It's a tricky topic and it's like something you might struggle to ask your parents and it's something you don't learn about at school. So I thought that I could help you with that. So if you're interested, let me know and keep your eye out for me asking that. I'm also planning on starting a series for my Monday videos. Currently, as you know, I'll sit down, I'll do my makeup and I'll talk about something that's on my mind. Today it's just talking about Pride and what I'm planning on doing because, you know, day one of Pride. But I'm planning on starting a Her Story series where I'll sit down and talk about different women throughout history that I think deserve more recognition. And since it's Pride Month, I thought I would start this probably not next Monday, but the Monday after. And I'll talk about some LGBT women that I think deserve more recognition and deserve to be talked about more. And I'm excited to talk about these amazing women who may have been forgotten or may not have as much appreciation as they deserve. And I'm excited to share that with you. And I hope that you're excited too. I'm just all over the place. I'm just really excited for all of this stuff. And what days I don't post on YouTube, I probably will be posting on TikTok, correlating with the days. Kat and I will also be releasing Pride-themed podcasts throughout the month. We'll be talking about things like fetishization within the porn industry and how that affects us outside of that, as well as representation in the media and all that sort of thing. And we're really excited to be able to talk about that and share that with you. Also on Friday the 19th, there is another blackout organized, which means only Black queer creators will be posting that day. And I think that's really important. And so I just wanted to let you know that now in advance, in case you don't look at the calendar, no one is posting on that day other than Black queer creators, which I think is really cool because I'm always looking for new Black queer creators to follow because they don't show up on my page anywhere near as much as I would like them to, which is incredibly frustrating. And TikTok always likes to say, you know, like they say, we block people who are at risk for being bullied. And like, that means you're blocking Black people because you're afraid that people are going to be racist instead of, I don't know, blocking the racists. Which seems just a little bit stupid and backwards, doesn't it? I think so. TikTok are also blocking a lot of pride tags, which is incredibly frustrating. And I know there's all that stuff about like prideful and, you know, people threatening to be extra homophobic and things. And I'm sort of hoping that that's the reason they've done it instead of them just being blatantly homophobic. But like, regardless, I think we should be, you know, focusing on stopping the homophobes rather than stopping the gays. We know that we're going to get backlash. We know that homophobic people exist. We know that these terrible things happen and that people are absolutely assholes and can't accept us for who we are. We expect it. It's not a surprise. It's not a shock. Yes, it's awful, but I know that when I stand up and I speak about being gay and part of the LGBT community and stand up for them, I expect people to hit me with homophobia because that's just how it goes. Is it fair? No. But it happens. And we all know that it happens. And blocking the tags, one, doesn't stop it from happening. And two, does nothing but show that you're trying to silence us. So in light of that, people have asked me what I'm doing about, you know, homophobes and things and the fact that there are people out there being terrible, and I just say we can't let them bring us down and stop our celebrations. They want us to be scared, they want us to stop, and we can't let them do that. Our community is so much bigger than theirs. We are so much stronger than them. We outnumber them, and they know that. They know we outnumber them. We're fueled by love and they're fueled by hate. And yes, it is scary, but we can't let them get us down. We can beat them. We fight this every single day. These people are still out there, regardless of whether it's Pride or not. They're still there and they're still awful every day. They're just trying to be awful together. And the last thing we want to do is let them win. Once we give in, they win. And I refuse to let that happen. So to hell with them. Pride is about celebrating ourselves and celebrating each other and celebrating the freedom and the rights that we fought for. I think that it's really cool that a lot of these days and events on the calendar are centered around education and sort of the history of Pride and the history of LGBT and where we're at in the world and what we've been through, as well as a good focus on mental health, because LGBT people are affected by mental illness at like an alarming rate. And I think that that's really important to talk about. And I think that it's really important to note the correlation between being LGBT and mental health issues, as well as, you know, sex education. Having a sex education day, I think, is again really important because a lot of people aren't fortunate enough to learn about it in school, and when they do, it is barely touched on. Some of the stuff that I am going to be talking about are not things that I am by any means an expert on, so I'm really excited to be researching into it and talking about it, such as one of the videos I'm going to do is sex and biology versus gender and gender expression. I know a little bit about that, but I really am excited to like go more in depth and learn more about it and then share that with you, because there's such a big debate about it, and I'd really like to have more information to use to hit back at those people who are, you know, there's only two genders, you know? I'd like some more information to hit them with. And I know you all do as well. I think it's really important. I'm really excited to research into it a bit more. My eyeliner pen is running out, and I'm very upset about it because I can't afford another one. So like I said last time, I have a website now, and part of that is a blog, and I'm gonna try to post at least one blog post a week related to the events that are happening over Pride. So like one of the ones I'm thinking of doing is like the AIDS crisis. I think that that's really important. And so I want to write about that and pop that up there. So if you want a bit more information and education on some of these things during Pride, I would recommend you checking out my website. I also realized I forgot to tell you what day the big events are happening on. The parade is happening on Sunday the 14th. The prom is happening Saturday the 20th. I'm not entirely sure what those events are going to look like and what they are, but I do know that I'm very excited for them. So keep an eye out on the official Instagram as well as their website, which is Virtual Pride for All. And I'll also be posting about it in my Instagram. So keep an eye out on that too. So yeah, basically, Pride is all about a big celebration and celebrating each other and celebrating love and embracing ourselves. It's celebrating everything that we've overcome to get to the point that we are at now. It's celebrating loving who we do unconditionally and acknowledging that we are who we are and nothing can change that. It's accepting ourselves and accepting others and putting love and positivity out into the world. And I am really excited to be able to do that with you all. I'm really grateful for the platform that I've been given over these past couple of months. And I'm really happy that I'm able to share this celebration with all of you. And I hope that you enjoy the content that I put out over Pride. I hope that it does help educate you, and I hope that it does help validate you. And that, you know, when you have a bad day, you know that you have a whole community here. And you always have this whole community, but this is a time, you know, we're all celebrating sort of the same things on the same days, and we're all celebrating each other together every single day. And I hope that it reminds you that we're always here. And we always love you and we'll always support you and you always have a space. I think that's the beautiful thing about doing it online, is that, you know, this community is always here. There are always these people here, and it's sort of seeing everyone together fighting for the same sort of thing at the same time is just sort of a magical thing that reminds you, hey, we're all here for you, always. And I hope that makes you feel less alone, and I hope it helps you embrace yourself and celebrate yourself, because you are wonderful, you are brilliant, and you deserve to be celebrated, and you deserve to be celebrating. And if you don't have a family that accepts you, or you aren't out, I love you, I accept you, and you have this entire community that does too. It doesn't matter if you're out. It doesn't matter who you're out to. It doesn't matter if you're still questioning who you are. You have a place here. And we love you and we support you. And I hope that you enjoy celebrating with us. And I hope that my content and everyone else's content is able to inspire you, educate you, validate you, and just make you feel less alone on those days that are a bit hard. I know this wasn't super interesting, but I just wanted to share with you what I was going to do for Pride Month. Please tweet me your art, tag me in it on Instagram. I would love to pull it all together and sort of talk about it and react to it here and just share your art with more people. Keep an eye out on my blog to be educating you on some things at thequeerkiwi.com. Follow me on Instagram and watch my stories because I will be asking questions that I want to talk about on here and get as much information into my videos that I think is important as possible. My website is up with a forum and there's a whole LGBT section where you can ask questions and ask for advice and give support and share milestones and things. If you wanted to do that there, I'm happy to give you advice and support over there. There's also a support tab on my website, including a support others tab, in which it will take you to a page where there is a list of organizations to donate to, and there are a few LGBT organizations there that you can donate to if you want to help out an organization. Thank you for coming along and watching me do my pride makeup. I hope that this has answered some of your questions about virtual pride, and I hope that you're as excited as I am. Thank you for coming along. Happy Pride. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I love you.